Welcome to the Glint Standard. I'm Craig Lloyd, and this is Ryan Noel with us today. We're going to talk about deep diving into YouTube a little bit past the surface level, if you will. And Ryan, if you would, give us a little bit of background, kind of where you come from, why you should be the one talking about this, if you will. And then we'll dig into some details that maybe people don't know or how they can make their channels a little bit more extensive anyway.
Yeah, so a little bit about my background. I've been certified from Google since before I was actually graduated from college.
I thought you were going to say before you were born.
Before I was born, I got some Google certifications.
Yeah.
I did that, and right out of college, I knew, when you pay attention to trends within business, right, you start to see things.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that I saw was when Google acquired YouTube, I was like, they're moving in a video direction. So I wanted to be one of the first people actually certified, and I was one of the first people ever certified in YouTube advertising.
Which is pretty impressive in a channel that, well, as big as it is today.
Yeah.
Even back then.
Back then it was still cats playing chopsticks on pianos.
Yeah.
So if anybody remembers that viral video. So it was very different than what it is today. Partner channel came about, and the partner program, and then there was even brand channels back then,
right.
Which don't exist anymore. So showing my YouTube age
We'll also save a little bit of that story maybe for another time, where our channel went through a disaster for a while, but it's all back now. It's all good, but
it helps when you know somebody who knows somebody, right? At Google. As far as like my background, some of the brands that I've worked with on it specifically, I've done campaigns for like Nissan and Disney, Garnier, L'Oreal Paris, Kingston, just some huge.
Yeah, just to name a few.
Yeah.
And then is that process any different working for the big brands versus a smaller brand, maybe a local brand here in the Metroplex, if you will?
Absolutely.
Oh
yeah.
I figured it might be. Dollars?
Dollars is first. That's always the most noticeable change between a mom and pop shop and a giant mega corporation. But the thing that actually was surprising for me is the amount of information that we had to give back and the format we had to give it back. So I did a campaign back in 2012, 13, something like that, with Nissan. And we worked actually over in the European market. And when we were giving expected versus actual results, we were giving them in an Excel spreadsheet and passing it back and forth. But it's Nissan, right? You would expect, oh man, they got some program that, and the reality of that is it's not even close, right? You can do very good business and be a mega corporation workforce, if you will, with just Excel. And that's kind of the cool fun part. But
and there's a lot of automation that's in place now that wasn't there before, and some of it was around then, that helps that translate a little bit better and seamlessly as well. So we'll encourage everybody to go down those paths, because you can bring multiple channels in at that point. But the Excel sheet at the end of the day, I mean, it can't work for you, right? It just depends on how you want to look at it, export, and how good you are in those programs.
Yeah, that was kind of the thing. We had a guy who was a master of Excel who had originally set it up, and then I went in and added my numbers, and it did all the calculations and all that, and it had a front page that showed you charts and graphs, and I was like, most people can't do that. So
all right, so talking about bringing in multi-channels, right? That's a big part of YouTube, right? Let's just jump into that a little bit. Let's start there, if you will.
Well, I think that's the beauty of YouTube, especially in today's market, with being able to embed it and having it's the second largest search engine in the entire world, behind Google, who owns YouTube. Right.
Not a bad place to be.
No, not at all. They have the number one and number two, so that might be why they're so big. But if you actually look, I mean, video has become so universal across multiple channels. I mean, we're talking about vlogs, we're talking about embedding video into your blog, we're talking about playlist strategies, channel strategies, call to actions, and where do they live, and how do you put them into the video. Like, one of the biggest changes that's happened in recent years is you're not actually allowed to put an associated website now inside your videos, right? So you can't get people to click over without being part of the partner program. which requires you to monetize your videos.
That's pretty important.
It is.
And it's a big change. Yeah.
It's a huge change, and up until recently, we actually had a loophole for that, where we were playing with the old 2013, 2012 partner program that I had saved some old links, and you were able to just click a button and become part of the partner program. You bypassed all the requirements now. So that's like 4,000 views on your videos and 1,000 subscribers, and all, just to get into the partner program. To then add your website
across
link.
one channel or multiple channels?
One channel. Each channel has to have that, which is very interesting now that they moved in that direction. It really pushes towards creators rather than it does business.
It does, but doesn't it also open up the door for fake followers, if you will?
Oh,
right? Just to get you there.
Absolutely. And we can talk about this in maybe this video, another video, I don't know, but there are legitimate ways to increase your subscribers using advertising, right? So when you're taking a video and you're actually linking to your subscriber pop-up, which is a difference in the URL up at the top, that will force people to go. People see what they see, right? And so when they land on a page after clicking a video ad that lands them to a subscriber pop-up, they're not going to close it. They'll probably subscribe, right? So you get an increase, but you're actually charged based on the amount of views that video is getting, and you can do it. So that's all.
Yeah, and that all comes down to content at that point, right? We'll talk about that in a second. Before we jump into that, though, tell me a little bit why should my goal be to get into the partner program, or should it be?
I think it goes down to your business, right? As I said, it was originally just looking at the requirements, looking at what it provides. It's truly moving in a direction more for creators than it is for businesses. Creators wanted to be able to sell product, right? Dude Perfect's a great example, and since we're in Texas, we kind of have to rep that one.
Right.
But they wanted to sell their t-shirts, they wanted to sell their Frisbees, they wanted to sell, check out all these other things that we have to sell. They have to do that through associated links, right? And so for YouTube to be able to monitor that and really track that and be able to control that environment, they wanted to make sure that you're part of the partner program rather than just any old person could add a link to their video.
Right.
And I think it was back in 2016 that this change really came into effect. It was either 16 or 17 that this all changed, right? And the new partner program rolled out, and you're not able to do associated links and all of that.
So go down those pathways, right? We're talking about it's really becoming more of a creator channel, if you will. How is it still valuable for business? And then touch on the content side of things.
Well, and I think that's what it comes down to, right? Businesses can't think of YouTube. It's the same concept that we've talked about in previous videos, where you can't just go to Instagram and take a photo of a cupcake nowadays, right?
Yeah.
You have to make it move and fly through the air and shoot slow-mo video and all that, right? For it to be effective. So same thing is on YouTube. You can't just be a business and be on YouTube. You have to think about, is my content engaging? Is it something that somebody wants to listen to? It's no different than most social channels. So you have to listen to your audience, and you have to understand what do they want out of you, right? From there, you create content that is geared towards your audience, right? One of the most successful YouTube videos or YouTube channels that have actually popped up recently. Everybody likes to talk about, PewDiePie and some of these other giant creators, but in reality, one of the biggest channels that's actually popped up recently is a guy that's a plumber.
Oh, right. Yeah,
and it's
exactly what you're talking about.
But he's engaging. Right. He's very engaging in the way he speaks to his audience. It's not you got a leaky pipe, I'm going to show you how to do this, right? And that's it. He's very engaging. Right. And that's when we're talking to our clients, right, about how do we create an environment for your viewers, right? That's what it comes down to. It's not so much I want to create a video anymore. It's how do I create a hub of videos?
And I think that gets lost on a few people. It's you need to be there, and you do need to be there.
Yeah, you do.
Taking the step to be there the right way is what's extremely important. And it's a little bit of storytelling, but at the end of the day, what you need to do and how you need to create is going to be different for every business. But you really want to get your audience to take notice, which puts brand memorability back into the brains, and it helps the rest of your marketing work better.
Well, and even just going down to the basics of it, right? A lot of people will, in my entire career, I've had so many people approach me going, I want to make a viral video.
Right.
Especially being an expert and leader in the field. Hey, I want a viral video because that's cool and I want to do it. The reality of that is nobody can sell you a viral video.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm on record. Nobody will sell you a viral video. It doesn't work. There's no way to truly predict audience outcome. But aside from that, there's no point in creating a amazing, beautiful, Dollar Shave Club, if you will, video when the rest of your content doesn't even exist, right? Say I do see that video and I'm like, now I'm interested in who they are. I know that you're on YouTube because I saw your promotion on YouTube, right? So I go to your YouTube channel, and if that's the only video, you're just selling me. You're not providing me content, right? You're not providing me with understanding of who you are, what you do, what do you offer, all
right.
those
But what
things.
does that say to, if you're driving them back to a website, if you will, to get more information or a call to action, call us, let's talk to you about this.
Absolutely.
Does that overcome that for you?
No.
No.
Because people are smarter than that nowadays, right? People see ads and they don't click on the ad. They go to Google and they search that company, or they go to the YouTube channel because they saw a YouTube video. Most people know up in the top right corner of a YouTube ad, you can click it and it goes directly to that channel or that video. And then right below that video, you can see the channel name, and you click on that and it'll go to the channel. People know that pathway. It's not unreasonable.
It's not a secret, right?
And so that's kind of the thing. The audience now that we're showing this to has become a lot smarter, right? And as advertisers and marketers, we have to think about the reality of this, right? When we're reporting back to our clients and talking about, okay, we ran this ad, right? And it was supposed to do this, but we actually saw an uptick in the amount of traffic you had on your website, specifically people searching on your website for that particular thing that we were promoting. Now we know we had influence, but nobody clicked on the ad. They just went to Google or Facebook or any of these other outlets.
Right, which is great. But I mean, you really dig into that too, though, and all of a sudden you're creating marketing lists. There's what is it? Negative marketing?
Negative remarketing. Yeah.
There's a lot of different things going on in the back as well than just here goes a video. Talk to me a little bit about the video funnels.
Okay. Yeah. So video funnels is kind of a fun new thing.
Fun. I get it.
Yeah,
that's
fun,
pretty
fun,
nice.
Fun. It's like a carnival. No, it really plays into two specific areas, right? So one is when you're thinking about organic content. How do I want to present this content? Is there like one of the new things or a feature that's, I guess it's been around for a while. It's not a new thing, but a lot of people still don't use it, is sequencing.
Right.
And so doing a debut of your video, letting people know, hey, it's going to be coming out. We're going to be launching this. It's good. So a new product launch is perfect for that, right?
Teaser video, or how are you telling that story?
No, you like in YouTube specifically, you can actually say, I want to schedule this out and I want it to be sequenced. So somebody sees this video first, and then they see this video, and then they see this video, right? So it lets you play out almost like a playlist that has to be followed, right? It's a very, very finite sequence that has to happen. And it's fantastic for users, right? But you can also do a showcase like debut type video, right? You can schedule it out and then you can promote it, and you can say, look, like this is coming. This is, we got something cool coming. And you can add other content that leads to that, right? A teaser video. A really great example of that would be, and one that I don't think I've seen, just because I haven't seen the back end of the account. It might be happening to me, but I'm not sure. Video trailers. When new movies drop, I mean, video sequencing is a perfect way to do that.
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
You get them with one teaser, then you show them this and show them this, show them this. Where do they drop out? Okay, that content's not relevant to that person, right? So that's a very good way. The other way, obviously, is creating those sequences in the back end using the ad platform. So you can do TrueView for action. So TrueView is the ad platform that's been around for video for YouTube forever. It's just what that format is called. So in-stream and all that all lives under TrueView, right? But now they have a thing called TrueView for action, and that is specifically designed to drive an action, right? A conversion, a click. It's not to drive views. It's not to drive impressions. It is to get somebody to do action. Now you have to marry that with good content, or else you're not going to get the action, right?
Yeah, I think that's going to be a common theme, right? Good content, content all the way through, right?
Since 2000 and probably 15, 14, somewhere in there, I've been talking about content is king. Has to be king. Because if it's not, you're not producing enough content, you're not creating the right content, you're not... I talk about list segmentation all the time across all the marketing, right? Because it's saying the right message to the right person at the right time.
It's easy to say that too, though, but it's very hard to do. I mean, you have to be committed to continually do it.
Yeah.
It costs money. Most companies can't do it on their own.
No.
Or if they do, the content's usually not as valuable as it should be. Some get away with it, and some are able to pull that off, and they've built a department around it that can actually do that, and they know the product so well, it works well for them.
Yeah.
But most companies, they can't. But I think clients might have a misperception of what it really takes to get it done.
Well,
right?
yes. YouTube and doing things like, and just in general, any type of marketing, but YouTube specifically, when you start talking about diving into YouTube for action and making content that's very specific and segmenting out lists and doing these other things, right? You're getting so in depth into your marketing. It's going to have a lot of value that you're pulling out of it, but it is very complex, and it is if you don't set it up correctly, it's not going to work.
Right.
And I mean literally, like
it's a lot of wasted dollars, right?
Yeah. Wasted dollars, wasted time. A lot of people talk about, well, I don't have the dollars to throw at an agency, so instead I'm going to do it myself.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I often say, like, hey, try your best not to do that, because what's going to happen is you're going to spend a ton of time doing something you have no idea how to do, right? To really get the most value out of it.
And a lot of times you even think you are doing it well, and your friends, your family, of course, are always going to support that you're doing a great job, or coworkers as well at times, right? And a lot of them are genuine in that. Oh, that's really cool, but that's not who you're trying to target either. No. So even if you're saving a couple $1,000 by doing it yourself, you're actually still wasting money, type of thing. And that goes across the gamut of all marketing for the most part, right? And that's where you have to make the decision that we have to have this, and it's got to be right.
I think when we start talking to clients, right, or when I'm even just out talking to somebody at an event, and they're like, so what could I do next step, right, like tomorrow, to start being more effective with my advertising dollars, specifically on YouTube? I always come back to bid adjustment. It's the first step to think about. Adjust your bid based on your audience.
Okay, are we a little complex here for somebody starting out with their business?
Yeah.
You can just say that, and they can go in and make that happen?
There's content out there that will help direct them in step-by-step guides.
Okay.
But bid adjustment is what you're looking for, right? Okay. Now there's a million different types.
Yes,
I focus on three, right? I focus on age, gender, and device, right? Those are the top three bid adjustments that you can quickly make within the account, and it will drastically improve what you're doing. Because you can look at where you're getting results. Where am I getting clicks? Where am I getting conversions? Where am I, is it specifically females between the age of 35 to 40?
Right.
Okay.
And then you can take that and start to segment that down even more if you want to, right?
Right. But bid adjustment allows you to increase your bid for those particular audience groups, right? So you can increase or decrease, right, with bid adjustment. And so increasing those, it means they're going to bid higher for the people that you know are more likely to convert, but you're still hitting everybody else. So that's the biggest benefit. You're still testing the waters, and you can do this from month one, right? Because it allows you to look at results that have happened, make your own assumptions on them, and then make adjustments to your account immediately, and it'll change like that.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. The other thing I'll throw in there is make sure it's on point with your brand as well.
Yes.
So the story's being told.
Yeah.
The graphics, overview video, whatever that is, right?
Well, we can use it in multiple, not even just who's converting.
And that's content's like that, right?
Yeah.
Where you're not just doing it for this one thing usually.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but it's also supporting other things and make sure that content can relay across multiple platforms.
Right.
So I appreciate your time. Thanks so much for hopefully helping educate. I know it has educated me a little bit. Luckily, you're on the team here, so I can say, what about this? And you can say, that's not realistic.
No.
Or, we can totally make that happen. Here's what I need to do it.
Yeah.
Right? So any questions more on this, leave us a comment. Give us a call. We'd love to talk to you on the phone a little bit. Shoot us an email, whatever you want to do there. And we'll do the best we can to help you out. Thanks for joining us.